welcome to the Torino 2025 FISU World University Games. We're in Bardonecchia for the finals of the Snowboard PGS. It's a very straightforward format to follow for the PGS. It's head-to-head knockout all the way through. If you qualified in first place, you take on the 16th seeded athlete. And then from there we go all the way through to our big and small finals. And it's nice and cold here, -3 degrees, so the course holding up wonderfully well. Conditions are great, and the racing looks like it's going to be as exciting as ever. So 400 meters in length, going all the way down the blue course or the red course, right the way to the finish. It's a slightly shallower start. Coming out the gates, you really need perfect technique to carry enough speed into that steeper section. So this is how quarterfinals will look. Teammates facing off against each other. Martina Ankele, Carmen Keynes will be in the first one, followed by the two Japanese athletes, Nano Oshima and Noah Kanazawa. We start the women's quarterfinals. Martina Ankele on the red course faces her Austrian teammate Carmen Keynes on the blue. And we're underway. Carmen Keynes, silver medalist in Lake Placid in the PGS, winner of the PSL. Can she pick up another medal here today in Bardonecchia? But Ankele riding really well, carrying the speed, but it is neck and neck between the two Austrian athletes. Hard to tell who's ahead, but Ankele goes down, opens the door for Carmen Keynes. Ankele's still going, but it looks like Keynes is going to take this one all the way. Ankele was just pushing a little bit too much, having another little wobble. She tries to close the gap, but it's going to go the way of Carmen Keynes. She qualifies into the semi-finals. Timing, it doesn't show just how close that race was at the top. But it was Ankele that made the mistake here. Just getting dragged down by that heel edge. Noah Kanazawa, first place qualifier against teammate Hanamo Oshima. Kanazawa fast to react on the red course. Oshima getting away nicely on the blue as well. Really working the boards neck and neck between these two athletes. Kanazawa just looking at him, having a quick check where her teammate is. Oshima going down though, dragging that toe edge on the same gate. We've seen a few issues. Kanazawa in the lead, but Oshima is coming back. There's not a lot between the two athletes. Oshima really having to try and get as much speed as possible out of the board as she can, and goes a little bit too heavy, 3 gates from home, and Kanazawa winning by just over a second. Oshima, with that first mistake, left herself with a lot of work to do. Big hugs from the teammate. Lovely community of athletes. Into our third quarterfinal. Lisa Fava on the red course. Olga Zuchik on the blue. So is off to a great start on the red course. Into the steeps with a little bit of a lead. Kazijek just struggling with that turn, makes it safely around the one that's caught a few of the other athletes out, but Fava is building her advantage at the front. Just a few gates from home, and the lead has opened up nicely for Elisa Fava. Crosses the line to take victory in the quarterfinal, and a spot in the second semi-final. Two-time PSL winner on the Europa Cup Tour. Next up, Klara Sonkova from Czechia on the red, Sonia Zapawa from Poland on the blue, into our final quarterfinal. Yes! A bit of a gentle start from Sonkova. Zapawa coming flying out the gate on the blue course. But Sonkova settles into her rhythm. Making the board work wonders underneath her, but Zapawa is in touch on the blue course. Holds it through that heel edge turn. And it is neck and neck between these two athletes. This is a race that's going to go right down to the wire. Sonkova looks like she's carrying a bit more speed, but Zapawa is coming back towards the line, gets the overtake done right at the last second, reaches for it. It is tight. There's only 11 hundredths of a second. But Zapawa taking the win and moves on to face Elisa Fava in the semi-final. But just look how close it is right at the end. 11 hundredths. But Zapawa moves through to the semi-finals. The men's quarterfinals coming up next. Naoki Karamatsu against Juno Ma in the first one. Alexander Krasniak against Michaela Kabliuk in the second. And the light goes green and we get underway. Good start from Yunho Mo on the red course. Karamatsu riding nicely on the blue though. The lead is in the hands of the Korean athlete though. Only a few fractions of a second, and Karamatsu going down, manages to keep himself standing, but takes a lot of the speed out. He's gonna have to work this one through the steep and try bring the advantage back as Mo makes a mistake. This might open the door up for Karamatsu. He's closing the gap. Will there be enough time? It's a dive for the line. 0.3 of a second. Just over. That was the difference. It looks like Karamatsu might have squeezed that. I think if the course had been an extra 10, 20 meters, he would have done. Yunho Ma making that mistake towards the end gave a glimpse of hope to Karamatsu, but it's Yunho Mo who goes through to the first semi-final. Alexander Krasniak from Bulgaria on the red course against Michaela Kabliuk on the blue. Krasniak looking quick in qualies, comes out the gate with a lot of speed. Kabliuk is going to have to work all the way to keep in touch with the Bulgarian. He's starting to build that lead right at the start. Just slowly edging his way in front. And Kabliuk catching the gate, just skidding on that heels. Can't quite get that clean turn that he needs to carry the speed through from one gate to the next. A bumpy course. And you can see the edge just fighting for purchase in the snow. And Krasniak is over the line ahead as Kabliuk crashes out right towards the end. He gave it his all. The 19-year-old Ukrainian athlete finished in the top 10 at the European Youth Olympic Festival in 2023 in Piancavello. But Krasniak progressing through into the semi-finals. Tevel Zamfarov from Bulgaria, second place qualifier against Dachi Shimizu, seventh place qualifier on the blue course. And we are underway. Quarterfinal number 3. And Zamfarov gets a flying start on the red course. It's like poetry in motion watching Zamfarov ride. Makes it look so smooth, so easy. Starting to build a lead. Shimizu unfortunately goes down, manages to make the next gate. But another one, victim to slipping out on the toe edge. And Zamfarov easily ahead. Still working his way all the way to the end. Shimizu is coming back, but it's not going to be enough. And Zamfarov earns his spot in the semi-finals. Junior world champion from 2023, showing his pace and his skill. Shimizu finished 6th in Lake Placid in the PGS, 7th in the PSL. He isn't going to improve on that one today, unfortunately. Our final quarter-final in the men's. Dominik Bergstahler on the red course. Fabian Lanschner on the blue course. And this race is going to be Taiwan. Both athletes having won Europa Cups. Bergstahler had a spot on a World Cup podium. And Lanschner just lagging behind a fraction. Bergstahler really making him work for this one, but Bergstahler dragging the hip, goes down, and the door is open for Lanschner. There's still enough time in the race for Bergstahler to bring this one back. Has he got the pace to do so? But Lanschner flying along with just a couple of gates from his spot in the semi-finals, and it's Lanschner that progresses through, and Bergstahler going out of the quarterfinals. Lanschner really putting the pressure on Bergstahler, dancing his way beautifully through those final few gates. I don't think he expected that one, but he'll be delighted to go into the next round. And this is how our semi-finals look. Carmen Keynes versus Noah Kanazawa. Elisa Fava against Sonia Zapawa. And we are ready in the start gate. Noah Kanazawa from Japan on the red course. Carmen Keynes from Austria on the blue course. A good start from Kanazawa on the red course in the first of our semi-finals here in Bardenecchia at the 2025 FISU World University Games. Kanazawa getting a nice start, but Carmen Keynes is level with her. It is neck and neck. Keynes survives that corner. Kanazawa going down. The lead is in the hand of Keynes. Still some way to go, and Kanazawa is chasing. She's bringing the pace. She's so low over the edges. Can she close this gap all the way to the line? There's not a lot between them. And it's a victory for Keynes, going through to the big final. The mistake from Kanazawa just made life a little bit easier for Carmen Keynes. And it's Keynes who takes a place in the big final. Noah Kanazawa will be in the small final with a chance at that bronze medal. Lisa Fava, second place qualifier and reigning champion on the red course. Sonia Zapawa from Poland on the blue course. And a second semi-final is underway with Fava getting a fantastic start. Real energetic boost out the start gate and starting to put a little bit of a lead together ahead of Zapawa on the blue course. Fava looking ferociously fast on this red course. Just needs to keep it all in control, manage the speed, manage the edge changes, and carry this one through. And we see the lead over Zapawa. It looks like Lisa Fava will be through to the big final and takes victory to the delight of the Italian crowd. Zapawa, unfortunately, just having those issues at the top. Fava too fast. So we know how our small and big finals look. Junoma will take on Alexander Krasniak. Tervel Zamfarov will take on Lanchner. Winners going through to the big final. Losers into the small final. Junoma from Korea. Picked up a few Europa Cup podiums in his time. He's on the red course. Alexander Krasniak on the blue for the first of our men's semi-finals. And great start from both athletes. You can feel the energy. And it's more on the red course. Getting the board to work nicely under him. Looking very much in control. Krasniak just popping from heel to toe to get that board to change. And he's popped a little bit too far. Krasniak goes down. Nyhomo in the lead at the moment, but Krasniak bounced back beautifully well, carrying that speed. You see that little hop to change the direction of the board all the way to the wire. Who's going to get this one by 600ths of a second? It's Mo into the big final. It was oh so close for Krasniak. The mistake here just costing him a bit too much speed. Recovered beautifully, somehow managed to find the speed again, and was chasing down Junho. And they were only separated by 600ths of a second right at the line. Junho putting everything on, losing the balance on that heel edge and securing his place in the big final. Alexander Krasniak will be through to the small final.
Tracciato blu, Zamfarov, tracciato rosso.
Both athletes underway well in our second semi-final. Zamfarov on the red, Lanchner on the blue. Fast start from both of these athletes. Lanchner just catching that gate, but keeping the speed going nicely. Zamfarov looking very much in control, and Lanchner takes a little spill on the same gate that caused him problems earlier on, trying to build the speed back up, but Zamfarov is flying away with this one. And I think Lanchner knows that there's nothing he can do to catch the Bulgarian, and Zamfarov takes the win and his spot in the big final against Junho. And Lanchner will be through to the small final to face Alexander Krasniak. The same gate that's given Lanchner a bit of trouble already. Recovered from it in the race before. Didn't quite have the same look in the semi-final. trying to take that tight line. The gate just catching him, gets the board the right way around, but it just sucks out all of the speed.
Now we have the small final for girl, the big final for girl.
So here's a look at our finals in the women's. Noah Kanazawa will take on Sonia Zapawa in the small final. Elisa Fava and Carmen Keynes having a repeat of their Lake Placid final, going for the gold medal here in Bardonecchia. There is the call for attention. And we're under starters orders for our small final in the battle for the bronze in Bardonecchia. Kanazawa on the red, Zapawa on the blue. And we are lights out and away we go. Good start from both athletes. Kanazawa just carrying a bit more speed on the red course out of the start gate. Starting to build that lead. She showed a lot of pace in the qualification stages. Zapawa trailing, but still hanging on, fighting to close that gap. And you see Kanazawa just looking completely in control, but Zapawa coming back on the blue with a little bit of speed. But it looks like it's going to go in the direction of Noah Kanazawa from Japan, leading with not a lot to go, and it's bronze in Bardonecchia for Noah Kanazawa at the Torino 2025 FISU World University Games. Fantastic racing from the 22-year-old Japanese athlete, taking a third place here in Bardonecchia. Sonia Zapawa from Poland having to settle for fourth. Kanazawa just had that electric start, carried that speed beautifully through that shallower section at the top, and was in control from start to finish. So congratulations to Noah Kanazawa. But now the fight for the gold is about to begin. Elisa Fava on the red course, Carmen Keynes. And we are go, go, go in Bardonecchia in our women's PGS big final. It's a repeat of the final from Lake Placid in 2023, where Elisa Fava came out on top, our defending champion. And it's neck and neck through the first few gates. Fava looks like she's building speed though on the red course, and spoke too soon as she goes down. Opens the door for Carmen Keynes on the blue course to start building that lead with half of the race still to go, but look at the advantage that Keynes has developed. It is going to be a reversal of Lake Placid, and Carmen Keynes is your PGS champion at the Torino 2025 FISU World University Games. Elisa Fava was charging ahead, but just went a little bit too hard, hanging on that toe edge. And Fava will have to settle for silver as we see her sliding out on that toe edge. That was the mistake. Did wonderfully well to get back to her feet, but Carmen Keynes converts silver from Lake Placid to gold in Bardonecchia.
Small final for men. Alexander Krasniak.
But over to the men's final. Alexander Krasniak for Bulgaria on the red course. Fabian Lanchner for Italy on the blue course. And the gate drops, so we're underway in the men's small final in Bardonecchia. Great start from Lanchner on the blue course. Really powerfully pulled himself out the gate. But Krasniak is looking in control on the red course. Neck and neck as we make it through into the steep part of the course. Lanchner hanging onto that heel edge beautifully, but it looks like Krasniak might be building a little bit of an advantage. Lanchner really having to fight on the blue course, but it's Krasniak that goes down, and Lanchner moves into the lead. And it's going to be victory for Lanchner and the bronze medal at the Torino 2025 FISU Games in front of a home crowd for Lanchner. Alexander Krasniak just pushed a little bit too heavy in this final section. You see him hanging onto the heel edge, flips around to the toe edge and just slips out, opening the door and gifting the opportunity and the victory to Fabian Lanchner, who was trailing but held on beautifully well and is delighted with that bronze medal.
Ma, tracciato blu.
Into our men's big final. Tevel Zamfarov, 2023 World Junior Champion on the red course. Juno Ma from Korea on the blue. And the gold medal match is underway in Bardanekia. Both athletes getting that flying start they're looking for. Zamfarov has looked quick all day, but so has Juno Ma. And Ma fighting this one, neck and neck. Barely anything between them. Zamfarov leading by a fraction of a second. But Ma has looked quick on this lower section, so Zamfarov is going to have to build that lead as we make our way through the final few gates. It's getting close to the finish line. Who is going to take this one? It looks like it could be Zamfarov. It is Zamfarov taking gold in the World University Games PGS. And Juno Ma takes silver. Zamfarov congratulated by bronze medalist Lancia. This one was a close one. Zamfarov just doing beautifully well. The perfect balance of speed and control over those edges, not getting sucked in too deep to the snow. Still carrying all that speed, but look how tight this one went to the wire. And Zamfarov victorious for Team Bulgaria. Just a quarter of a second between them at the final. Let's take a look at our women's podium. Noah Kanazawa taking third place, the bronze medal, and collects her mascot. Just listen to the cheer. Lisa Ferber takes silver on home snow in Bardanekia.
Carmen Kainz from Austria.
Carmen Kainz from Austria takes the victory in the PGS. Fabian Lashner from Italy takes third. Juno Ma was 10th in Lake Placid. Moves all the way up into silver medal this time out. Tevel Zamfarov takes the gold medal in the PGS here in Bardanekia. Junior World Champion in 2023. An absolute delight to watch racing.